All right, well, putting your keys in the fridge, losing your phone when it's in your hand, and in the fridge car.
Oh, sorry.
And forgetting your partner's birthday. They're the little mistakes pregnant women can often associate with baby brain. And new research is shedding more light on the phenomenon.
Also, dudes get it as well, apparently, according to this latest study. We asked you at home whether you believe in baby brain. Rowena says she has proof. I organised a work dinner for my team. They all went to dinner and I went to a totally different location.
That's funny. Lauren says she ordered a coffee this morning. When they asked for her name, she couldn't remember it.
And Lena says she can't remember if she believes in it.
These are gold.
This is true. Joining us is today medical expert Dr. Nick Coatsworth, who joins us from Canberra. Doc, good morning to you. I heard this story on Neil Mitchell's 3AW the other day, and it just went off with callers. What exactly, first of all, is baby brain, and is it real?
This is hard for you and I to understand, Carl, because we already operate at a fairly slow level of brain power. But, of course, for the ladies, when they become pregnant, there are some changes physiologically across the whole body, which are literally, when you delve into them, miraculous. One of them is in the brain, and the research has shown that these changes that we associate with baby brain, it's actually about the plasticity changes, the way your body is actually changing the way the brain works to become more empathetic, to become more tolerant, and your brain's actually getting better, not worse. So all those things that we associate with baby brain, it's actually improving things, and it's probably why mums can tolerate the kids a lot better than dads can, Carl.
This is going to be music to the ears of so many mums out there because, you know, it is often described as mental fog, and some experts don't necessarily agree on what it is.
Well, that's right, Sarah, and I think it should be music to the ears because, you know, it can be frustrating going from a period of, you know, before your first pregnancy and then going through it. It's not something that I will ever feel, but I understand that sort of change could be really tough to sort of understand. But if we know that it's for a good reason and it's actually improving things in the brain, well, it might be a little easier to deal with.
The fascinating part of this interview with Neil the other day was this latest study actually said that when men were analysed, when they had their behaviour analysed and also shots of the brain, that when they were the majority parent in terms of looking after the kids, that their testosterone levels actually came down while they were looking after kids. And Neil made the point that that means that when men look after kids, it actually emasculates them.
So I thought you were having a baby brain moment just then, Carl.
I'm just not sure I agree
That's
with
what he said.
Neil there, Carl. Well, I don't agree with Neil on a few things, and that's another one to the list.
Well, everyone's
okay,
shaking
Carlos,
their
you
head.
can believe it.
Come on, it makes sense. It makes sense.
I suppose, to some.
Yeah. Oh, you would. Happened to you years ago, Alex, with all your twins. Look, another big story today, the pharmacy reform will allow Aussies to buy twice as many common medicines. We had a pharmacist on earlier, and he said it's going to be catastrophic given the shortages already. Where do you stand on it?
Well, Carl, I spoke to hospital pharmacists about this over the past 2 days when I was working on Anzac Day. They don't have the same sort of accusation of vested interests that people are levelling at community pharmacists, and hospital pharmacists are worried about this as well. So the medication shortage issue is not made up. This policy could very much lead to Australians turning up to their pharmacy and being turned away for medications they've been on for 5 to 10 years. So, yes, I'm actually worried about this. It looks good on face value, but I knew a lot about supply chains in COVID, and Australians probably aren't quite as aware of how ropey those supply chains are. If we start giving people 60 days of meds instead of 30, people will miss out.
Big worry. So when does that all come to a head?
So I believe the announcement's happening today. It's a budgetary announcement and it'll start on the 1st of July. But I do think, given the reaction of, as I say, not just community pharmacists, but a lot of other health professionals, then it might be one worth reconsidering for Mark Butler. It might not turn out as well as he might hope.
All right, we'll follow that one up.
It's
Good
a
on
bit
you,
messy,
Nick.
isn't it?
Thank you. We'll let you go look after the kids.
Brain cancer takes the lives of around 1,500 Australians each year. It remains one of the most under-researched of all the cancer groups.
Cancer survivor, Ross Bowles, is aiming to raise crucial research funds by putting his own battle on hold for a brand new one. And we're thrilled to say we're joined by Ross this morning, along with neurosurgeon Professor Michael Besser, both in studio. Good morning to you, gentlemen. Thank you so much for coming in. Ross, this is an amazing undertaking that you have set yourself. Tell us first, if you can, about your diagnosis and your journey through to survival.
Yeah. Okay. 2013, quite unexpectedly, had a seizure when I was out riding, eventually falling off a bike, and so they diagnosed it as that I had a brain tumour, and then I had years of surgery and radiation and chemo. So I've had it all. I've had all three, as I say, sliced, fried and poisoned. And what it means is I've got quite a few cognitive issues, which only get worse in the afternoon. And so I have trouble getting things out, where I used to run quite a successful business and had to give that up. So so it's...
Well, Ross, can I ask you then, this hasn't stopped you from then getting back on the bike. Yeah. You know, for a lot of people to be like, OK, this has been a major change in my life, I need to rethink things. You're like, no, I'm going to lean into what I loved and what, you know, what affected me in the first place. Get back on the bike, and you're doing this massive challenge. And as you said to me, this isn't just flat road riding you're doing either.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's what I like doing, and so I'm very fortunate to be able to go out and ride every day or whenever I want to. But the getting out with people and what I'm going to do is go and visit the medical facilities, the hospitals and things where I was treated, and go and see what's happened in the last 10 years. You know, what change has been made, what's required, wow. And try and promote the fact that there's not enough money spent on research, and that brain cancer kills more children than any other disease. Brain cancer, it kills more adults under 40 than any other cancer. So it's one of those things that we look great, the survivors, and there's not many of us left.
No, of course.
But in the background, we've all got cognitive issues from the treatment. The prognosis is not good. And our families go through horrible change of life for them.
And that's why the research part is so crucial, isn't it, Professor? Can you give us some insight into the statistics around brain cancer? Because Ross's survival really is against the odds, isn't it?
It very much is. For the worst type of brain cancer, glioblastoma multiforme, the prognosis is 15 months. And that hasn't changed in 40 years. And there's been a lot of changes in other cancers. And in childhood, most of them are either curable or have an excellent prognosis. But for this type of brain cancer, the prognosis is terrible. The 5-year survival is 5%.
Professor, why is this so under-resourced and under-researched, this cancer?
I think it's under-researched because, relatively speaking, compared to, say, breast or prostate, it's not that common. Right. But the thing about it is that it destroys who you are as a person. It affects your speech, your cognition, your personality, depending on where it is. You may lose your vision. You may not be able to talk to your partner the way you have, or make love, or do any of the things that make us human. And because of that, despite its incidence, it exerts a much greater effect on the family and the community. And these people, they can't drive, they can't make appointments, they can't organise themselves, and so there's a lack of awareness in the community because they die before they can tell everybody about it, before they can do something about it.
Well, Ross, you're doing a great job of driving that awareness. So you're doing 100 kilometres a day for 10 days. You're kicking off tomorrow in Hornsby in Sydney. How are you feeling about it? You okay?
Yeah.
A bit nervous?
I've got a couple of great mates who are going to do a lot of it with me. I've got other friends who are going to come along and join every day when they can. So it'll be a good blast that way. It'll be awfully tiring for me because I don't do well sometimes, but it's a really great opportunity and to get the word out there. I really hope people can can just join in, understand the significance, the importance, and know that there's just the need for fundraising is so great.
Crucial.
Thank you for being here and spreading the word on this.
Thank
we
you
appreciate
both.
both of you being
Go
here.
well, and let us know. We'll get in touch when it's
Please
all over.
support
and see
Ross's
how you
bike
went.
ride for brain cancer. Head to the website on the screen. He's doing a good thing as well.
Thank you both
Thanks,
very
team.
much.
Hey there, Today fans. Sarah and
What's my name again?
oh my goodness, Carl.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel, though. Subscribe now for more news, special reports, and amazing Aussie stories.
And Carl misbehaving,
Whoa,
of course.
that never happens.
Always happens.
What's she talking about?
Always happens.